Christmas Day, I woke up, I felt terrible. Same flu-like symptoms, and my neck was in pain. So I told my sister I need to go to the emergency room. So we went to the emergency room, and she told them my symptoms, and they said, you need to get checked right away because I think you have meningitis. And they did a spinal tap, and I did it like 8, and that's what it was. I had meningitis. Based off the symptoms, she knew to test me right away. And so they the whole thing, so I'm going to be admitted. And as they're taking me to the room, I basically start going crazy. Because the meningitis, is the inflammation of your brain and spinal cords.
Yeah.
So I kind of basically start myself going crazy and just trying to get up the car and trying to rip tubes out and everything. So they had to sedate me.
What's up, fam? Welcome to another edition of God Dreamers, where it is our desire to inspire you to find and activate your God-given purpose through sharing stories, testimonies, and having discussions on today's trending topics. So hi, I'm your host, Todd, and today we have another special guest. And as a matter of fact, he's been around one other time. We talked almost about a year ago, I think. But anyway, today I wanted to bring back a guest of ours, Antonio. And Antonio, man, so glad that you're here today, man. I know we talked several times about doing this interview, and I'm just grateful that we were able to put it together so you could be here and share your story.
Yeah, Todd, thanks for having me back on. And, we finally made it happen. It's been a conversation for a while, so I'm glad we finally got a chance to get together and make this thing happen.
Yes, sir. So a lot has happened from the last time we talked as far as the interview is concerned. And so I want to kind of just backtrack a little bit about what happened roughly about over a year ago, right? A little bit over a year?
Yeah, a little bit over a year ago, around Christmas 2024.
Yeah. About Christmas 24, you had a medical emergency. And I want you to share a little bit about that because for those that don't know, Antonio suffered as a child. It was a childhood cancer. And so he went through a lot of challenges there, but triumphs there. If you guys want to know a little bit more about that, there's another podcast interview that we did. I'll put that link at the bottom so you can check that out. But anyway, fast forward. Antonio, share a little bit about what happened roughly about a year ago.
Okay, it was the week of Christmas. And so it started off normal. It's like Sunday, I went to church, I was fine. Monday, I was fine. Christmas Eve, I felt sick, like I had the flu or something. So I went to urgent care and got checked out. And they said, you don't have the flu, you don't have COVID. You have a upper respiratory infection, it'll go away by itself. And I came back home. Christmas Day, I woke up, I felt terrible. Same flu-like symptoms, and my neck was in pain. So I told my sister I need to go to the emergency room. So we went to the emergency room, and she told them my symptoms, and they said, you need to get checked right away because I think you have meningitis. And they did a spinal tap, and I did it like 8, and that's what it was. I had meningitis. Based off the symptoms, she knew to test me right away. And so they the whole thing, so I'm going to be admitted. And as they're taking me to the room, I basically start going crazy. Because the meningitis, is the inflammation of your brain and spinal cords.
Yeah.
So I basically start myself going crazy and just trying to get up the car and trying to rip tubes out and everything. So they had to sedate me. So I was sedated for
That's crazy. So do you remember that ordeal, or were you kind of like in another state of mind?
I don't remember any of it. I had to talk to my sister because she was there. The whole period is kind of gone off my memory. I don't remember it. But from the stories I'm told, that's what happened.
So when was your last memory? Going to the hospital or before that?
My last memory was maybe actually the day before I got sick. I don't remember. I don't remember the day I got sick. I don't remember going to the hospital. I don't remember leaving the house, getting the car, any of that. I don't remember checking in the hospital. It was all like a blur. So it was kind of, I don't remember anything really until I woke up again. So like I know what happened.
That's
I just don't.
crazy.
Yeah.
So you
So I
so
ended up
we
being,
go ahead, go ahead, I'm sorry.
honestly, I was sedated for like probably like 2 weeks, maybe two, almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, I remember that we came by, a bunch of brothers came by to see you, and you were sedated then, and your parents were there, and that must have been several days. It was right after Christmas. I remember that, but I know it wasn't New Year's yet. I think New Year's was coming up, so I think it was that week bef- uh, before New Year's, I believe, because I think I was still off from work at the time, and you were sedated then. And so, yeah, and I remember you were too sedated for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks. So I wasn't like, I wasn't like all the way out. I was sedated because I was still like halfway here, halfway out of it
Yeah,
because I was like I said, quote unquote crazy. So I was trying to like pull my IVs out and do stuff. So they had like sedate me so I wouldn't act out of control, basically.
yeah. Wow. You have any memories of that during that time period? Like any dreams or anything like that, or just like out of it?
It's funny you say that dreams. I have memories of dreams because whatever that sedation medicine is, it has you dreaming crazy stuff. Like I remember that very vividly though. I don't remember any of the real stuff, which is crazy. Like to the point
Now
to when I
that's
woke up, the dream stuff felt real when I woke up. Like I was having questions about, we need to take care of this or that. They're like, that never happened. I'm like, it felt really real when I woke up.
so you woke up 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So when you first
So it was
woke
about
up, what
that.
was that like? What was that? Trying to understand that feeling of coming out of being sedated that long period. Did you lose track of time? Did you know where you were? Did you know what happened? Any of those things?
Yeah, the first thing I felt was just fuzzy. Like I did ask, like, what happened? Where am I? It's kind of like that. Cause I was kind of just trying to, in my brain, like, what's going on? So I didn't even know where I was, how I got there, what's happening. And just, I was kind of like in this fog almost. It took a little while if I was able to be really aware of everything. Maybe a couple of days, really.
Yeah. Now, were your parents there or your family members there at all during that time?
Yeah, my parents were there. My sister was there. And I just remember just coming to, just trying to put it all together. Like, what just happened? Like, why am I in this hospital in this bed? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how much, what day is it? I didn't know anything about the time or what happened. 'Cause I didn't remember what happened. So I was just trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. That's probably pretty unsettling to wake up in an environment that you don't know how you got there, why you're there, who are these people, doctors and nurses working on me. I'm trying to understand how I would feel that in that environment.
Yeah,
That's
it's crazy because
crazy.
like even in the dream state, it's like it was like this weird blend of reality and not reality. Because like the room I was in, it's like I remember it from the dream. When I woke up, it felt familiar, but still like where am I? So it was really weird.
Now, did you have any experiences maybe with God during that time? Did were cognizant of His presence or anything like that at all? It was just kind of like this murky,
It was just murky. It
murky.
was just, yeah, just weird. Yeah, just murky and just weird. Like, I can't even explain it. It was like certain people were there. Like I saw my my sister, saw my brother, saw one of my friends, saw Ashley. So I saw certain people in this dream state in situations that might have been real or not. So I don't know if I actually saw them in reality and it just crossed over to the dreams part, but it was just kind of just this weird out of body situation.
That's crazy, man. And I know when you came out of this state, sedated state, you didn't have all your muscle faculty. So what was that like? Being able to move your legs, move your arms. What was that experience like?
My first thought was not again, because there was the second time I had to go through the whole having to walk again and all that stuff. So I'm just like, not this again. And I'm like, I can't do this again. That's my first thought, honestly, was like, I don't have the strength to do this again. So I'm just like, I just kind of just, it was a bit of hopelessness at first. I'm just like, how am I here again? How am I going to get to this again? I can't. So that was my first thought. I kind of had to get past that. But at first, that's how I felt, just like, God, what's happening?
Now, was that something that the doctors and nurses brought to your attention, or is that something you kind of figured out on your own?
I guess what I figured out on my own when I tried to move, I know I couldn't do that. And the fact that I was like, still strapped to certain stuff, and they're like, no, you can't get up. And they had told me that you can't stand up. I'm like, oh man, not this again.
Yeah, I can imagine that can be very depressing, I guess. Especially if you, like you said, if you've done it before and now you got to do it all over again. So were you angry at that time, or depressed, or what was that emotion like?
It was a little bit of depression at first because like I didn't think I would, like, just no, didn't think I'll be there again. Like, okay, here we are, here we go again. I remember this from before. It wasn't fun. It wasn't comfortable. It wasn't easy. So now I have to do this again. Like, what happened? And at first, I'm like, what did I do to deserve to get here again? I'll be honest. Like, oh, what did I do? Why am I here again? And so we're just trying to first I had to mentally get past the door for the physical part to even begin to move forward.
Yeah, that's always a big question, right? When you're dealing with challenges in your life and you're asking God, it's like, okay, God, it's like that Job moment, right? It's like, Lord, why am I going through all these things? And in your case, you've gone through multiple times, and so there's always that question, like, okay, God, what are you doing here? What's the purpose of this? What is the end result? What's the end all be all for this particular situation? And was that something that kind of crossed your mind? It's like, okay, I'm back in the situation again. Okay, God, what are you doing? Why am I here? Going through this again.
Yeah, I basically got to that point. Like, okay, is your plan in all of this? Like, I know like this not fun at all, but I know that He works everything together. So I had to just figure out, God, what is your purpose here? What's your plan here? And just realize that the only way to get through it was to go through it. So there wasn't no being depressed or anything would change. So like, okay, God, what do you want me to do with this? And just like just go through it as well as I could.
Yeah. So you realize that you have to go through physical therapy. And what time frame was this? Because you said 2 weeks. So when did you start because you actually were transferred from the hospital to another facility, right? For your physical therapy. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So that was what, 3 weeks out, I guess, 4 weeks out?
Let's see, I was at the hospital from Christmas until January 17th. It was at the transfer to the other place from January 17th until February 7th. So I was there for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the toughest part? And we came by there to see you as you were doing the physical therapy. And actually, when I saw you do the things that you were doing, I was really impressed and inspired of how far you have come from the point of not being able to walk to, at that time, you were walking up and down, had you walking up and down steps, and they had you
Yeah.
walking around in the physical therapy workout space. So what was the toughest part of that whole process, and how did you push through those days when you felt like you weren't really making as much progress as you wanted to make?
Well, I guess the initial thing was realizing that it wasn't just physical therapy because technically I had a brain injury. So I was in the brain injury ward of the Shepherd Centers. It was the physical therapy, and I had to go through like uh, it was like speech therapy just to make sure that I was cognitively aware of stuff too. So by the time I was doing the physical stuff, I had to go through the stuff to make sure that I can function mentally well. And then the physical part was just learning how to stand up again, walk again without getting tired or exhausted. I was like, man, this is going to take forever to get out of here because I was trying to hurry up and get out of there. That was my thing. I need to hurry up and get out of here.
That was your
It was just
motivation,
like,
right?
it seemed like, yeah, let me just get out of here. It was like, it was just go, like, instead of going so slow, like, I want to be able to just get up and just run out of here tomorrow, but that was not happening.
Yeah. I mean, you were
It was
determined,
a
man,
slow
when we came
grind.
by to see you.
Yeah, I
You were
was
determined
determined, like,
then.
listen, every day. Yeah, it was like I had to get back to normal. Like, I had to get, but at the same time, I had to give myself the grace to know that it's not an overnight thing. It's going to take time, one step at a time, going from walking to the end to the hallway to being able to walk 5 minutes without getting winded or tired. But it was a daily thing to just take one step after the other and get stronger. It was definitely a process.
Yeah, I can only imagine what that was like. So I guess in the midst of all of this, as you're kind of regaining your strength, regaining your mental awareness, how did your faith and mindset or support system shape your determination during your recovery?
But yeah, that was a huge part of it. Like, the support system is awesome, from my family to my friends to Victory's family. Everybody came out, all y'all, my brothers, y'all all came out there. Production team, everybody came through there. I just got messages from everybody. It was like this whole extended family just sort of came around me. So that definitely helped. And just, faith played a big part of it. Like, I actually read through Job during that point too. I'm like, why don't I read through Job since I'm sitting here?
You picked Job of all things, right?
Yeah, I was like, well, I have nothing else to relate to right now, so let me just see what he went through. But it helped, because in there, like, everything that got thrown at him, he never forsook God, he never cursed his name, he just kept
So true.
going. And I was like, no, I can't do anything else right now, but keep going. Just take today, the next day, take each day at a time. That's all I can do. And give God the praise in it, because at the end, he'll get the glory some way, somehow, even though I don't see it at the time. So just having
Yeah,
my family and then my faith family around me, and just having the word to rely on was what got me through, really.
yeah, God is faithful. I mean, no matter what we're going through, no matter what the challenges are, and sometimes it's not fun, but yet we still just trust him, and he has a way of working things out. He may not work things out the way we would like, but he has a way of working things out. So that's definitely a blessing. Oh, how did you get to the point of wanting to run a 5K? Yo, this dude right here didn't want to stop at just walking again. He wanted to run a 5K. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out, where did you get that whole idea from? Because if it was me, I would be saying, okay, well, I can walk now, so I'm good. But you were like, no, it's not. We ain't stopping there. So where did that come from? Now, let me just backstory. Several of the brothers that we fellowship with are avid runners, avid cyclists. And so they're always bringing to our attention different races that are occurring around the Atlanta area.
Peace.
And so one of those is a charity of is Back on My Feet, right? Is that right? Was that the first one you ran?
The first was for the Gateway Center.
Gateway Center. Well, let me not
Yeah.
steal your thunder. Share, how did you come to the conclusion of wanting to run, or inspired to want to run a 5K?
It started with Mo. Mo started it. It
I
started
knew
with
it.
Mo, of course.
Mo is one of the brothers we hang out with as an
Yeah.
avid runner. And we're gonna bring him on God Dreamers to interview so he can share his testimony. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And it started the day y'all came there. When I was walking up the steps, he was like, man, Antonio, you looking good now. You ready to do a 5K now. It started as a joke, really. It was a start as a joke, like, oh yeah, sure, cool. But he kept coming back to it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And so then when I got back home, I was at church one day talking to Ashley. He was like, man, my Achilles hurt. I can't run this race. Antonio, you're going to pick up the slack. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then for some reason, I'm like, let me just see if there's a race coming up. And I went in the online, looked it up, I saw the one for Gateway Center. It was like, it's everybody versus homelessness. Like, well, let me just see where it is, what time it is, what day it is. Like, why not? And then I reached out to Mo and told him that he's like, yeah, let's do it. Oh man, hope she's busy. So that's what it started as like this running joke, really. But then I don't know, I just decided to try and like, well, let me just see if I'm well enough to do it. I just wanted to finish. I wasn't trying to actually know any type of time. I just wanted to finish.
Yeah.
But actually, when I did my little training beforehand, I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. And then I went out there, we did the first race. Mo was out there, he kept pace with me, and I actually ended up running across the finish line.
What was that like
And crazy,
to I'm sorry, I was gonna say, what was that like when you actually crossed that finish line for that first 5K race? What was that emotion like?
it was a real good feeling because the first, but I've never ran before in my life ever. Like I sit around all day, so to not run it all and then go through that and then to run across the line after that, it was like wow, it was kind of like this circle moment. It's like, okay, God, I was in this place where I thought I couldn't get through it, but you brought me through it, and then enable me to do this. It's kind of like I don't know that's what the word I'm looking for, but it was a good feeling. Like, okay, I finally made it through. It's like I made it through the storm and I crossed the finish line. It's like victory.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he got cocky with it. He started ragging me about, "Yo, Todd, this next race is coming up." Now, how many races did you run last year?
Just two that went in back of my feet.
Back on my feet. Yeah, so he
Yeah,
started ragging me about running. Because at first I was like, "Man, I'm not in shape. I can't do any of that stuff." But you stayed on me, man, to the point where I started feeling embarrassed. Like I need to go ahead and do it,
yeah.
and it was fun.
It
It was
wasn't bad. It
actually
wasn't
really
bad, was
fun.
it? Yeah.
No, it was actually it was great. I mean, getting up early in the morning and getting out there with other runners, and it was a great cause too. I mean, the back on my feet cause is really awesome as far as getting men, that have had really tough lives, getting back on their feet and through running. And this was a fundraiser for them, and we ran, and it was a beautiful day to run. And great people to run with, and of course, I ran with you. And I was actually a little nervous. I said, "Man, this dude ran a race already. He's gonna show out, and I'm not gonna be able to keep up, man." But he was
I'm not that.
kind and gentle enough to. Was that?
I said, I'm still beginning. I'm still not a true runner. I wouldn't give myself that title yet.
Yeah, but you were still kind and gentle to let me keep up with you, man. So thank you.
Yeah, and like, leave
So
no
what's
man
next for
behind.
you, man? What's that?
I said, leave no man behind.
Yeah, amen to that. So what's next for you, man? I hear, and you mentioned it before, that there's more road races that you like to do, and what's your takeaway from all of this? And because you've been on a very arduous journey, and where do you feel like God is pulling you right now, or kind of guiding you or directing you based on all these different experiences? Has He given you any ideas as far as what's next for you, both physically
Well,
and spiritually?
one thing is like there may be a book coming at some point, just to
Okay.
tell the story, not for me, but just for what he has done. Because I'm not sitting here if it's not for him. Like I tell you, not like if you look at my medical history, it makes no sense that I'm sitting here alive. It doesn't. It doesn't add up. So that's like he's kind of showing me, listen, you need to give me the glory in it because I'm the only reason that you're here. Not in a kite way, but it's like, because some people don't need the hope that God can do anything. Like I'm proof that God can do anything. God shouldn't be here. It was kind of like that. There may be a book in the works. I started writing something, so I'll see where it goes when God leads me with that, and just do more of just telling about how good He's been. And
Yeah,
physical
that's
rise,
that.
it's another race coming up.
I know.
Yeah, Todd,
Y'all see me trying to
you got
slide off the screen here?
you got it. Yeah, it's about you got about 2 months. You got about 2 months away.
Too much.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, yeah. I would say this: you definitely inspire me to do better. Based on what you shared, your testimony, and just what I've seen you go through personally. I'm grateful and thankful that God has placed you in my path, and I can say that for the other brothers that we all that fellowship, man. That you've been an inspiration, and we're just grateful that God has allowed you to hang out with us, man, or us to hang out with you, actually.
Man, I'm grateful for y'all. I'm grateful that God led me to victory to y'all, you know. I did stray for a while, but he led me right back, and it's all, you know, all part of his plan, you know.
Yeah. Well, man, I would just want to say thanks again for being a part of this episode and sharing your story about your recent challenge. And is there anything that you want to share before we close out to our audience as far as was on your heart that you'd like to share?
Just trust God. Even when it looks insurmountable, it looks impossible, just trust God. Lean on him, have faith in him. He can do anything. You just have to believe in him and trust in him, and don't try to, I guess, do it your way out. Sometimes you just have to go through it with God to get to the other side, because he's with you. He has you all the time.
Amen. Amen. Well, thank you guys for taking this time out to hang out with us and sharing Antonio's story. If you'd like to know a little bit more about what we do, check out our website at goddreamers.com. Also, feel free to comment if you have any comments about this particular episode or any episode in particular. Please share with friends and family. Please like or subscribe. We need your support. And so we're grateful for you just to be a part of this story. So until next time, you guys take care. God bless. And we'll see you.
See you, everybody. Thank you, Todd.
So what the treat is so bro. Good job, Ryan. All right, man. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. We made it across the finish line. We ran across the finish line. Todd ran across with me. It's good. We out here for a great cause, back on my feet, and we're tired now, but hey, we finished well. And hey, look around. It's just people having fun, enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
And I beat my last time, so yes.
Sweet. All right, man.